Hey guys, Josh at Main Tech, and my vlog for you for this video is my frustration with Motorola. And just to let you know, I'm using my new tilt mount that I got as the wireless charging car mount with my LG G3. That's what I'm using to capture this video. So let me know how the volume is, let me know how the sound quality is, and also if it's too shaky or not, because I'm just going to upload this directly to YouTube from my phone. But anyways, back to my frustration with Motorola. Like, it's actually been pretty frustrating because I had to send in my Moto 360 because the back started cracking on the back plate where the strap is attached to the fixture. And like, to my understanding, most people had a problem with that if it was just like if they were using a third-party band or strap. Mine was not. I've been using the stock one ever since I got it. Back when it was first released. So I had to send that off, and the problem with that, this is where my frustration kind of started. It wasn't really that big a deal because I knew it was covered under warranty. That didn't bother me. So I knew I was going to get, you know, it fixed or replacement, whatever the case might be. So I did all this on the live chat option, and that's how I got that going. Everything went smoothly, like it was a good customer service experience and all that kind of stuff. I thought everything was going great. Everything was submitted. The representative said, you know, basically it was complete and I should be getting an email, you know, sometime in the next hour or so to show confirmation that everything went through okay. And if there was anything else that they could do, and I was like, nope, that's it. So we ended the conversation and I thought it was all taken care of. Well, the next day I wake up, check my emails, and I get an email saying that it did not go through, that I needed to call them back and go ahead and do the process all over again to get it going. So I was like, well, I guess, you know, you just got to do what you got to do and try to get it, you know, submitted all right. So, you know, it felt like waste of time because I needed to get other stuff done. So I was trying to multitask and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So, you know, that was just the small beginning of, that wasn't too frustrating. But the frustrating part that I guess like just kind of adds salt to the wound kind of thing is that this morning, and if you've been paying attention to my social media, especially on Google+, I think I posted this, is that I ordered the Moto E on February 26th, and the expected shipping date or arrival delivery was supposed to be Friday, which I think was the 5th or 6th, one of those days. Friday was the day it was supposed to arrive to my doorstep. And I didn't, like, I don't know, it's like, if you've ever ordered anything from Motorola or even like Verizon at times, is that you can go to your order history and try to see where the status is of the package, and sometimes it'll pretty much say not shipped or anything like that, even though it might be shipping. So I didn't do anything because I remember that's what happened with my the Nexus 6 that I ordered from Motorola.com, and I ended up just like holding off, and mid-shipment I was sent the confirmation email that, you know, it was shipped, and I got my tracking number, all that kind of stuff, but nothing happened. Friday came along, and I was like, well, maybe tomorrow it might show up on Saturday. Still nothing on Saturday, so I was just like, what's going on? Yeah, something can't be right. So I get on the phone with them. Actually, I went onto the chat again just because sometimes I just like to use the chat just to be able to multitask and not have to stay on the phone with somebody. And it was last night, I think like 7 o'clock or so. I don't really know what their hours are for customer service, but, you know, they answered, so I figured I could at least try to get some answers. And long story short with that conversation was that they did not, or she couldn't do anything further because she was just like a general customer service representative, and she needed to forward me to a more specialized department in the sales or what have you, and that department was closed. So there was nothing we could do, and she said, like, we will get back up with you in 24 to 48 hours. I was like, all right, have a good night kind of thing. So I decided to call Motorola this morning because rather than waiting for them to call me and just wasting a day or two in the process of all this, I just go ahead and contact them during normal business hours. So that's what I did. I got on the phone, went through the automated system and all that kind of stuff, got to a person and explained my situation, looked stuff up, and showed that there was nothing. Actually, that person then forwarded me to a different person. Once I got to that guy, one, it was very difficult to hear them on the phone. I don't know what the heck was going on, but the representatives were very hard to hear. I had to ask them to fix their microphone or, you know, speak louder or something, because it was just bad. Like, I couldn't understand them at all. But anyways, like, this guy ends up telling me that there was no shipping entered, there was no credit card entered, there was no email, phone number, anything like that. I'm like, how is that possible? Because when I placed the order, I went through the whole process. My stuff is saved on Motorola's website, so I could just order stuff easily without any kind of problems. My shipping address is there, billing, everything. And it's tied into my Google Plus account too. So I don't, like I was telling the guy, like, I don't understand how this could happen, because I went through the whole process, and at the end it said, thank you, your order was submitted successfully. You get that message at the end. So I thought it was all good, and not to mention I could go into my order history and it's sitting there with the order number. So I'm like, how can all that be possible and not get my information to even ship the thing out? And, you know, he couldn't give me any kind of answers, and so he needed to forward me to another person. So I was like, okay. So I held for a few minutes, and then the other person came on, and I could barely hear that person. That was the worst. And I was like, I don't know what to do. I can't hear you. I can barely hear what you're saying. I don't know what the deal is. And she ends up hanging up on me. I'm like, really? So some time passed. I had to do some other stuff. So I went back on the phone, re-explained everything that I was going through. And the guy, like, try to keep this long story short kind of thing, is basically just came to the conclusion that it was a system error or whatever. And all I have to do is just go back on the website and reorder it. And I'm like, I've already waited a week or so, and so I'm going to have to wait another basically week and a half before we get here, because I think March 17th was the next expected delivery date. And I'm like, is there any way that you can make it faster shipping? And he said, no, we can't expedite shipping. I'm like, well, with this kind of error and this kind of stuff going on, there's a lot of mishaps on your guys' end. Is there anything that we can do to help make this up? Like, can I get a free case? Can I get a discount, percentage off? You know, just something to make up the difference for this headache that's been going on. And so he asked if he could put me on hold. I said, that's fine. And, you know, just FYI, like, I'm keeping my cool. I'm not talking down to him. I'm not being nasty. I'm not one of those kind of customers, but just trying to get down to business as well. Comes back on the phone and he says, well, I could give you 10% off of any kind of accessory. I'm like, that's not going to do it. I can't do that. I'm just going to not order anything, and you guys are just going to lose my business with this. And like I said, I wasn't being nasty or nothing, but like, if that's the best you could do, at 10% off of an accessory, nah, that's not good. And so that's like basically what happened, my frustration with Motorola. They really got to step it up, and I know I'm not the only one. There's quite a few people that complain about different stuff like that. I know Juan, one of my other blogger friends, he's been going through a struggle with his Nexus 6. He sent it off as an RMA, and he's been dealing with all kinds of crap from Motorola. Like, he doesn't even know where his phone is, and it's been over a month. So that's pretty frustrating. I'd be livid if I was in those shoes. So I won't go there, but I know that there's quite a few other people that have had problems in the past as well. This is honestly my first problem I've ever had with Motorola. Usually it's been a really good experience, but this time I'm just like, you know, I was trying to get the Moto E. I was excited about it because just the way my situation is that it was going to be the first device that I could have as a secondary device. And just, I wanted to support it and, you know, rock it out until the wheels fell off. Just like kind of cater to that crowd that's interested in the Moto E, the ones that are going to use it as their daily driver, and be there as a support as a YouTuber. But at this point, I'm still kind of torn between even doing the thing. What I might end up doing is wait to see what prepaid carriers carry the thing, and I can't remember which one it was, but they're going to sell for $99, but you also got to get the plan. So it'd be about the same money that I'd spend on it with Motorola on their website. And so why not try a different service out just to see what it's like and get the Moto E in any regards. So, pardon me for a second, I gotta merge on over. Got some crazy construction going on in the town that I'm in. But so that's my frustration that I've had with Motorola is not that great of an experience right now. And it really is frustrating because I want to support that device. I want to get it. I think I will end up getting it at some point, but at the same time, I'm like, I want to get the Galaxy S6 Edge when it comes out. Should I just save my money and put it towards that instead? So, I don't know. Like, I got the LG G3 right now, and I was just going to sell that when the S6 came out, and then have the Moto E as a second device just to, you know, have something to tick around with and do videos with or on. But anyways, I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. Like, what's your thoughts on it? Have you had bad experiences with Motorola or, you know, whatever company? Share with, tell me your stories. Like, sometimes it can be pretty interesting and funny at times. But, I mean, funny when you look back on it, definitely not funny when you're going through it. But I want to see what you guys have to say. And also, you know, if you want me to support the Moto E, if you want me to get it, I'll try to reconsider how I do stuff. I think the idea with getting it on a prepaid plan might be a good idea because it'd be like killing two birds, one stone. It'd be cool to try out some other prepaid service, see how their network is and, you know, what they can provide, along with being able to keep the Moto E. So there you go. That's my vlog for you. If you want to see more videos like this, let me know in the comments too. I do like doing some vlogging kind of styles, and I'm actually thinking about bringing back Ask Bane series back out of hibernation now that the winter time is over. It's a little better weather outside to do that kind of stuff in, or whatever setup or scenario. So let me know in the comments of everything that you think about with what I've talked about in this video, and I'll catch you guys the next one. All right, guys, have a good day.